Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing tonight? It's Sunday. Sunday.
Hello.
Oh, sorry, I can hear myself twice. Sunday, August 23rd, almost the end of August. Can you believe that? And, well, I think finally it's not as hot, which I appreciate. And today I'm ready to show you alternatives with the beautiful Kindred Greetings Paper Pumpkin. I got it. When did I get it? On Monday? On Wednesday. So I put myself to work quickly so I could be ready for you to show you today some alternatives. Two of them are fanfuls like this one that you just open like this and you can stand it up. And this one that opens like this. I love this kind of card. And then we have two regular beautiful cards still. One more elaborate using the stencil of one of the one of the pieces that come in the set. And then we have this one that I really like because it's simple, but it's nice and elegant and, very me. Oh, good evening, Deborah. How are you doing? All right, so let's get going. I had a drink ready and I left it in the kitchen, but I hope I won't need it. I'll drink it later. Let's get to work. All right, so let's start with the simple cards first, or maybe not so simple, like the non-fanfold, okay? So I'm gonna start with this one, which is the first one that I made. I love the color. This is Pool Party, and that immediately reminded me of the paper, one of my favorite papers. That's Country Woods, and it had Pool Party on them, like a kind of not deconstructed. How do you call it? Distressed, distressed wood. So I wanted to use that. Let me see what the materials that we're gonna use here. I even put separate the embellishments I'm gonna use so I don't have to fumble and try to find them, and then I cannot find them and blah blah. So this time I wanted to be ready. All right, so I'm using one of the card bases, and they all have this texture. They look like, oh, it's just white, but it's not. It has this. I mean, it is white, but meaning it's not just white. It has this uh, kind of fabric texture that I really like. So we're gonna use that. I was practicing with my stencil, so this one is gonna have the stencil also inside because I didn't realize that I was stenciling the inside. But anyway, I don't want to waste it, and I think it will look nice. But let's go with the stencil first. So this is the die cut that comes. It's really super delicate. I really like it, and it will go to something like that. But if you turn it around and you glue it meaning you use some washi tape or post-its to hold it in place, you can use it as a stencil. And I'm using it on a piece of paper that's exactly, I'm not gonna measure it now because it's underneath that. It's 4 3/4 by 3.5. Right? So I'm gonna grab my blending brush, and you can stencil in different colors. I just, because I wanted to put it over the what did I say, distressed wood that has Pool Party. I want to use Pool Party. That's what I wanted to do. So as always, if you start from outside, you don't leave the smudges, but I don't mind smudges here because it kind of gives it character. So I'm just gonna go, I go very lightly without pressing hard, and then I press harder as I go. I'm gonna try to go fast. See, if you do smudges, because it has the detail on top, you'll just get darker areas. So that's nice too. So, and I've seen some demonstrators doing the stenciling as well, and in different colors, and building up different colors. And I just want to do it in Pool Party. I love Pool Party. I apologize that I forgot to put the announcement, but I thought that you guys would find me anyway. I thought I had scheduled it, and it looked like I didn't. And I just realized 15 minutes while I'm preparing the materials, like, oh, weird. Well, not so. So we're just gonna build a little bit of more color. I should have done a piece of it, but yeah, no, I want to show you how I did it from the beginning. And if you have a bigger blending brush, that would help. But my Pool Party blending brush is the small one. So I didn't want to use a big one. We're almost done. You just have to do the middle part here. And I'm going to do it lighter because I want the variety. I don't want everything to look the same. Maybe the corners need to be the edges, meaning. I think that's good enough. Let's see how it looks. Remove the washi tape. And you'll be able to use this piece for another card still if you turn it around, because you don't see the green, but look how nice it looks. And it's totally crooked. Darn. Oh, well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it a little bit more. So it's more, I didn't think of that. See, the other day I did it and then I cut it, and I should have done that. I cut it to size after doing it. But we can do it a little bit different. So let me trim that, because I don't want the edge to look so irregular. There we go. Like about so, I think. Yeah. So that's better. Is just a smidge more, I think, on this side. There. Now we're gonna get a piece of now there's more of the frame, but I'm okay with that. And we're gonna distress the frame first. Everything's distressed today. Hi, do we have somebody else? I cannot read with my glasses. We have glasses from so far. Deborah from Yorkshire, England. Wow. Welcome. So I'm gonna use my scissors closed. You can do with your scissors open, just to distress, just pressing down on the edges or the cardstock. The scissors open will get a little bit more of fussiness. And for now, I'm just gonna do with the scissors closed, and just pressing down. And I can just do it with my nails, like just accentuating it a little bit more if I want to, not all around, so it doesn't look all regular. So some places more than others. All right. It must be late for you in England, Deborah, right? It's, I think, 2 in the morning, I think. Could it be? Something like that? All right. I'm taking the fussiness so we don't end up putting it where it doesn't belong. And we're just gonna glue this layer. This card is all about the layers. It's just like layer over layer and building it up. So we're gonna center it. It's gonna look a little different than my original card, but it's gonna look cute anyway, I think. And then how these layers go is that this piece of country woods is gonna go straight, and then I'm gonna put this piece kind of on the slant, just for variety, and because you see the wood. But let me see if I like it better like this, you know, because these papers are irregular. So, you know, I can do this or I can do that. I think that works. So I'm gonna glue it like that. Yes, 2:15. Yes, oh, what 13 here. But yeah, I know it's 5-hour difference. My niece lives in London and she's moving to Oxford. So I'm familiar with the time differences because it's important not to call when it's wee hours in the morning there. So we all have to be comfortable knowing what time it is in our places where we live. And my family lives in Spain, which is 6 hours ahead. So, all right, I'm gonna leave the corners a little bit. I didn't do it on the other one, but I'm gonna do it in this one, just because. So it's just like the layer coming out there. Very important when you put it on the slant, make sure it doesn't come out of the edges of your base card, because that will have a problem getting in the envelope and such. So I'm just gonna put glue in the middle so my corners can lift. Intentional. All right. And then we're gonna decorate. I didn't put, oh, I have them here. Oh, everything is ready, so I don't have to fussy cut anything. So I used my blending brush in a scrap paper, and then I spritz it with water so it gets this effect. And then I cut with the die from Elegant Pines, these leaves, but you can use any leaf you have. Because this one reminded me of this one and of these ones. So if you have one that, like we also have these too. And these come from, where did I get these? Scalloped contours, was it? I can't remember. Yes, scalloped blooms, I think. No. Well, I'll tell you later. I'm sorry, I forgot. But it's the one that had the corners. I'll go get it later and I'll tell you before I let you go. But anyway, my point is I tried different leaves that I had dies because we only get these big ones. And then the eucalyptus also, that's very big. And I wanted something smaller for this. So, you know, whatever leaves work for you. As I said, I tried different ones too. So I had these ones, but they didn't look, well, they could have been used too. But anyway, use what you have. That's always my best advice. So let's do the stamping first. I'm going to stamp this and then we assemble it together. And I really didn't want to put one of the sayings that come, the messages that come in the set, which I didn't show you, by the way, but you probably have it. These are 3 original cards. Is this sending my whole heart at the time when words fall short? I don't know if I would use that for anybody right now. So I wanted to, and this is a very elaborate, it's a beautiful sentiment for a sympathy card. But this is, I don't think sympathy cards should be so elaborate. I don't know why, but that's my impression. So I wanted to do something, and I find that different. And I found this sentiment, sending lots of happiness your way, because this is a very happy card. So this didn't read to me like sympathy card, basically. So that's why I used this other sentiment, which comes from Begonia Bell, the one product of the month for last month, I think. So I'm just gonna center, doing it in Pool Party. It's kind of like 2-color. Be careful with this. This circle comes in the set. It's a little shiny, so you have to let it dry. That's what I wanted to stamp it now, because it may get messed up. But we're gonna work on our pieces of the sentiment here. So I'm just grabbing a strip of, I want it more diagonal. Let's see. A strip of Pool Party that is 3/4 by whatever you want. I mean, I'm gonna cut it, so I'm just didn't measure it. We'll see what it looks good. Something like that. So I'm just gonna cut it like that too. Here. And I'm gonna distress it a little bit more. Just so it matches the overall look. All right. And I'm doing the same to this one. That's gonna be layering underneath. So this, I'm just gonna cut this with my hands like this. Towards me, it shows a little bit of the fussiness facing me. If you do it away, the fussiness will be on the other side. But I want the distress part to show. And I don't care that it's wrinkling there. Yeah, like that's more than enough, because we're gonna put it just like that. Yes, something like that. So I'm just gonna cut it right there. And this, I don't know if we need to distress it, but I think that's fine. We're gonna glue them together. You'll see that I won't have any problems with the glue today, because you know how I was suffering and kicking my glue bottle. Well, I got new glue finally, so we'll have plenty. Okay, let me see how we had it. Was it like that? Oh my god, I moved it and now I don't know how it goes. All right, so no, is it? Oh, it's the other one. Duh. That's what I'm like. That didn't look right. Something like that. All right. So we'll put this in dimensionals. I'm going to put my dimensionals in the middle only. And I'm just going to use 3. Being frugal. I think that's enough. And well, actually, I want to have room to tuck things behind. So I don't want a lot of interference, more or less like that. And I think that was just glued, the circle. I think we can glue the circle now. No, it's actually in dimensionals. Well, we put 2 dimensionals. I'm gonna put it diagonally and towards the center so they attach on my strip there. Right there. So that will leave me room to tuck my leaves here. And I have some leaves that I've done with the cutting from the green paper and some that I've done in white. So I have a variety of them here and we'll see what works better. So I put one there that, comes from there. And then I put a green one on top of the sentiment here. And we don't want to cover the sentiment, so you have to be careful. We may have to, yeah, I think I had just glued these directly. I'm going to leave these like that, but by gluing this directly, I didn't need to put dimensionals behind this leaf here. But maybe we'll use some other. Maybe we'll do this. And then we can put this one like that. We'll see. Okay, I like that. All right, silicone mat. I'm going to use, if I can find it, right here. Yes. Just make room for it. Can you see just a little bit of the silicone mat? At least in camera. I think so. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here. Just a little. And just grabbing, taking the excess of the glue. I'm gonna decorate this in a different way that I did the other one because I already, some of them, when the leaves are bigger, I'd rather do this directly. It's less messy. So this will get tacked over here. Oops. Oh no, it lifted. Let's cover the glue that got smudged there. It will dry clear anyway, so I'm not too worried. Oh, I forgot. I had done, and this should have gone behind it. I had done a big double bow with the thread that came. I don't know how we're gonna do it now, but we'll figure it out. This is what happens when I prepare my cards early in the week and then the weekend comes and it's like, how did I do that? Does it happen to you too? All right, so what we'll do, as I said, we're gonna decorate this one differently. First off, I want to put, I'm gonna put one behind in all that glue that got left behind. And then I'm gonna put this one on top like that. And we need more. I like that there. And probably we'll let it dry a little bit. And then we'll tack the bow a little bit behind this leaf that's lifting here. Yes, I like it enough. I'm opening the ears so you could see more of the thread. Glue dot, and we'll tack it behind the circle. Like so. And once we have it in place, I'm gonna put these babies a little bit more separate. And if I need to put a little bit of glue behind one or tack it behind the, yeah, this one is tacky enough. This I want under hiding because I just want that showing. Something like that. This will need another. I thought I had more green ones, but I guess I don't, of the little ones. But what we can do is like, oh, I want it not green. It's like whatever blue is. Pool party. I can just put a little bit of green with my blending brush. And there we go. I want it in green. I have it in green. Great. Perfect. See the difference that it makes when you do something a little bit different and it has a lot of repercussions. Like I did this in dimensionals and this glued over. And I'm like, oh, what happens now? Okay, for this one, I'm cutting this strip because it's too long. I want to cut it like there. So we'll do something there. And this one, of course, we're going to use it. I'm just going to do something like that. So this will put half of it down here and the other half up there. And this one, of course, because I had done this bow all across, it will show some of this here, but this one doesn't. So, but it's fine. Maybe we'll have some white leaf. This one is too different. I don't like it. Oh, it's not bad. I'll use that. So grab some of the glue and go, 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 go. There. All right. So I think that looks good enough. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue behind this. Just a little bit of tackiness with the leftover glue. Yes, because see, they're moving too much. I didn't press down because I had this here. But now they're stuck. Good. Before we mess anything else up with glue, removing that silicone mat, and now we're gonna put some of the dimensionals not dimensionals, embellishments that I had set apart because they happen to be pool party color. Dear dots. I don't know, I think they're retired, but you know, whatever works for your card that you have around, you can use. So I'm gonna go with one of these big babies here. And then we're gonna tack, actually, no, I'll stack it right there. Then a little one here. And that's it. And that's our card, right? A little different, but you know, it's handmade cards. There's not two alike. All right. I hope you like it. If you want to decorate the inside, you can. I mean, this one already has all these, so I'm not gonna decorate that one. And my original card I didn't decorate because there's a lot of decoration on the front. So that's card number 1. So let's do the other simple card. This is very close to the design that comes here. You get this rectangular piece of paper, and you're supposed to put the leaf on top and then the sentiment and this around. So I did everything, but I embossed my sentiment and my paper first with any leafy one that you like. This happened to be that hybrid leaves embossing folder that we had a while ago. And instead of putting it to the side, I center it because I wanted to use my stamp for the sides. So it's a very simple card, but very effective. And I think it came out I think it's a very classy card. So see, this is the piece that came. Actually, I'm going to give you a choice for those of you watching. I did it with the timber embossing folder and I did it with the leaves. So I could do either. So the leaves will go like that, or the timber. While I am stamping my card base, you can let me know which one you want me to use. And I'll do as you tell me. And if you don't have any opinion, then I'll choose myself. All right, so I'm gonna open this to stamp it. And this is the gorgeous leaves that come in the set. It's a very nice stamp. And I'm gonna use gray granite, which is the color that we got. Again, this is a little shinier, so we have to let it dry a little bit, okay? So I'm just gonna go on the sides, thinking that in the middle we'll have the other part. And just changing it a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Moving it around. All right. So now that I have my ink open, I'm gonna also stamp my sentiment. And in this case, I'm using one of the sentiments that came in the set. I am always here for you. I like the fact that the always is in another font. So this also came in the set. I'm just gonna put it in the center. And I'm gonna cut the sides. Again, it's a little shinier, so be careful. I'm gonna cut the slant like this. I'm trying to keep the same angle. I'm gonna cut it like that. All right. I guess my hands are tacky because the papers don't wanna fall. All right. I like the leaves. Okay, Deborah, you have it. I like this interactive card making. So yes. And so we'll do the leaves. These will be in dimensionals on top. See, these got a little bit of fudge there. It's because of the texture. So not my fault, but still. All right, so we are gonna put dimensionals on the back of this piece that I pre-embossed. Again, it's another piece that comes in the kit. And before I glue it, now I'm remembering I have to put this. So we're just gonna wrap this around a couple of times and then make a little bow. We're gonna make the bow on the other side. We're gonna put it straight. I know I'm cutting more than I need, but I wanna have room for my bow. And I also like to tack it, you know, to grab all the threads when I'm doing my bow there. So they're all together. Why did it get, oh, the backing moved a little bit. So just a small bow. Of course, with my tacky hands. Where's my other, yes. All right, something like that. So now we'll remove this. This is a very simple card. And we center it. Is it center? No, it's a little bit to the side. Center and not crooked, that would be ideal. All right, so like that. Play with your bow until you have it how you want it. And now with our sentiment. This will need 2 dimensionals, one on top of the other, because this one is gonna go here, but since this is already on dimensionals, I'm gonna put a second one so they don't look crooked. Like that. Excuse me. That's what happens when you don't bring your drink. Then you need it. Just put it like that. And then our leaf. You can, you know, see if you want it more inside, more outside. I like it more inside because outside we already have the other leaves. So I'm gonna see how we position this. And we're gonna put it in mini dimensionals. And I also like actually to put this, I like this leaf on top of the sentiment there. So let's see. I have some mini dimensionals here. And we're gonna put one right there to keep our leaf on top of that. One up here. And one up here. You don't need it in every leaf. And make sure that you put it in the thicker part of the leaf so you don't see the dimensional when you glue it down. Like here, sticks a little bit out. Let's see if I can. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim it because I think this is a little bit bigger. There we go. And I'm gonna put one here in this thicker part of my leaf. Why is this not adhering? Did I not remove the backing? Yes. Okay, that's why it's not adhering. If you want them to glue, you have to remove the backing. All right, I think that's nice because this is a little loose and I'm afraid that it may be damaged. I'm gonna put just another mini dimensional right there. So that's it. I didn't put embellishments in this one, but I totally could. Let's see what we have here. Maybe some of these sequins from an old paper pumpkin. That would be nice. Again, some people don't like a lot of bling and cards that are like sympathy cards or can be used for sympathy, but this is not that much, I think. And I'm actually gonna put it in my original card too. I wouldn't put them pink or anything, but you know, these are very tasteful, kind of same color, monochromatic. All right, so that's my second card. Again, if you want to decorate the inside, you can put a part of this. Actually, let's do it. Just gonna do just the corner, not the whole thing. Like that. That looks nice. I'm gonna do it in the other one too. All right. Gonna let them dry a little bit. Well, we move to card number 3. So card number 3 is the first of the fan folds that we're gonna make tonight. And where is it? Here. We'll do the easy one. So for this one, you need a card base that is not the one that comes because it's this one here. Okay. It's kind of like an easel card, and then you can write your sentiment back here, and you can stand up. I like it. Anyways, but for that you need something that's very vertical. So you need a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 4 1/4, and we're gonna score it at, I don't remember. It's half, and then I think this was let me measure it to 1 and 1. Okay, and this is half. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna do half, and then one more is 1.5, and then one more is 2.5, and then we're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna do a half on this side. Scoring, not cutting. So don't use the wrong blade. Okay. On folder. Burnish the folds. And this, how you're gonna burnish is this one will go up, and then as you go down, you do the ziggy-zaggy, and this one goes like this. This one has to match that one, so you have to remember this is outside, and this, there's something in the fold that it doesn't really match. I guess my paper was crooked because I was not in the flat thing, but I think it will work anyway. Yes, it's fine. All right, so it's very easy. Now you get this piece, and we're gonna attach it like that, just to the hub, but just to the corner, you know, like just a sliver of thing. Like my other one had more of it, but I guess not. I don't know why this isn't. Okay, I'm gonna fold this a little bit more inside so it matches. Like that. And then we're gonna go like this and like this, center. And that's it. For this, I recommend using tear and tape. Even though it doesn't give you the wiggle room, but I think it's less messy because the card is gonna try to open. So we're gonna, if you have the thinner tear and tape that sometimes we get in some paper pumpkins, if you have leftover of that, that would be the best. But I don't have leftover of that. So we're gonna use this one regular. Don't have to go all the way, just as long as it's a little bit on the center. I did it a little too long. Well, not too long, but you know what I mean. You can just put something like that, and that will work as well. So now we'll remove the backing. And we'll remove the backing of this one too. And then we get our stuff. No. Right. And like that. And there you go. You have your easel card here. I'm gonna actually make this a little straighter because I did it with my hands and it didn't look very nice. But now it's fine. And now we decorate the center. I think it's a little crooked because this part is shinier. By doing it very, very slowly, it's allowing me to lift it. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. Now it's the other way around. This is like when you're cutting your bangs. It's like, oh, a little bit more, a little bit more. I think that's it. Yes, that's center. All right. Perfect. So now to decorate, we have this beautiful piece here. And then we have another circle. And for me, I use a thank you because I need thank you cards. And this is a cute thank you card that somebody can use, right? We also have this piece. Well, I'll show you later because that goes on the other one. So I have my thank you from Scallop Blooms. But you can use whatever sentiment you have. We have other sentiments in here, like friend, I'm always here for you. I'm so sorry. But again, I don't want to say I'm so sorry and I'm sending you this really elaborate, cute card. You know, it doesn't. There's some cards that are more sympathy cards and some cards that the designs that came in the set, they're very simple and they're very perfect for sympathy cards. But I wanted to have a variety, an all occasion kit. So I'm gonna use my thank you. I'm gonna let it dry because it's very shiny. I'm using Calypso Coral, which is this color. So it's all matchy-matchy. And I'm gonna put in dimensionals over this. And this, I'm gonna glue it with glue dots. So I'm gonna glue this with glue dots while this dries. And I'm gonna put a glue dot here and a glue dot here in these leaves because otherwise it will get stuck to the bottom. Okay. So here it folded, but it doesn't matter. I like to get my glue dots out with my piercing tool. And you have that also. If you have the take your pick tool, there's a piercing element to that. But my take your pick tool is usually set with the stylo part and the putty to pick up embellishments. So I have my piercing tool as extra so I don't have to be exchanging the tip. All right, so like that. And now I'm gonna put the dimensionals here. I'm gonna use big dimensionals. I think the set came with small ones, but the big ones are good for this. And I'm gonna put 2. I think that's enough. Very carefully because I don't think it's dry yet. And there you go. That's your fan fold number 1. And you can write here in the back. So no problem, plenty of room. But whoever the recipient is can use it to decorate the mantelpiece or the shelf. All right, so let's go for the last card. And the last card is that gatefold that it's kind of like a, would you call it a barn door or something? I don't know what you call that. Like a fence? Yeah, maybe. Well, I like it. All right, so let's work on that. For that, I'm using the pieces that come in the set. So one is the card base, but we're gonna do it folded differently. So we're gonna grab our bone folder and just press down because we don't wanna the fold to be so marked. It doesn't really matter because it's gonna be in the back, but now it's almost disappeared. See? All right, you can see it in this part more, but because this is gonna have our note card in the middle, it doesn't really matter. So let me move this aside. We are gonna grab our card base without folding in the middle after burnishing the center to make that line less obvious. We're gonna put it at 2 1/8 and we're gonna score. Or we're gonna turn it around. That's the half of the front if you want. We're gonna put another 2 1/8. And we're gonna score it. All right. So now this we will want to varnish. Very important that they don't overlap. So we have to be careful and just grab it against, because it's almost impossible to do it when you're measuring. It's like, oh, it's a little bit of more than 1/8 because, you know, it's not perfect. So just grab it, put it towards each other while they're not overlapping and keep pressure down and then just varnish the fold like this. Okay, so now they're not overlapping and it works. Actually, I'm gonna move this a little bit to the side because they have the tendency to overlap. I don't know why. All right. All right, so that's our center. So now before we start doing things to the front, I'm gonna do the inside. For the inside, I want to make it sturdy so this doesn't fall with the original fold like this. So I'm putting a piece of pool party cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna center it. So now you see, you don't see or center, and it gets sturdy and it's not gonna fold, okay? And then of course you wanna write, if you wanna write in blue, you could leave it like that, but I wanna in white, and I'm gonna put a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're gonna center it here. And that's our inside. Very Tiffany blue, this pool party, right? So now there's this part that came with all these pieces to take out. So I passed it through the Timber 3D embossing folder. So now all my pieces are like embossed like this. And I have 5 of them. This 3D embossing folder is kind of interesting because the back is flat, but it's also very nice. But I think I'm going to use the front. I'm going to save this because I've seen demonstrator Laura Secchi. She does beautiful things with these parts, and then she puts flowers here, and it's just like it adds an interesting layer. I may have to play with that. I don't know. Since it's already embossed, why not, right? So what I don't have is the leaf, but I'll find it. So now we have to calculate where do we want this to sit, because we have to fit 5. So, and we're gonna fit it we're gonna glue them with dimensional. So the best thing to do is just to try to play with it. Okay, let me see if they can stay close for a second while we calculate. Actually, what we can do is I can use this used thing, and just while we calculate, I'm just gonna keep it close. All right, so one will go like that, and one there. What I like to do is just I put the top and the bottom, and then I feed the middle ones. Just a little bit of fussiness there. I think that's pretty good. So now, being very careful, we're gonna put dimensionals. And how this is gonna work is that we're gonna put dimensionals in every, like jumping, if like here on the left, and the second on the right, and the third on the left, and the fourth on the right, and the fifth on the left. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the left ones, and I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals on the left side of my timber, if you want. There. Okay, that moved. Stay there. I'm gonna do the middle one also in the left. 1 and 2. Don't go past the middle. You don't want the dimensional to interfere with the opening of the card. And we're gonna do it like that. This is the 4th one. We don't want it yet. And we're gonna do the 5th one also on the left. And I think that looks good. And now this, we're gonna do on the right. Just trying to match it to where they are. And the other one, see, this is just a little bit. All right, like that. There. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, let me open it. I can, of course, not open it because I glued it with my washi tape. Like, I remove the washi tape now. There. And now this has them on the right as well. All right. So let's do that. And so that's the system. And it will open like this and close like that. So now while we decorate like this, it's very important that the leaves don't interfere with the other logs, so to speak, strips, or whatever you want to call them. All right, so let me find the blue leaves, blue party leaves. They're beautiful, but they're very big. The original design called for putting the strips and then on top. But since our strips open in zigzag, we cannot do that because then it would be glued and you wouldn't be able to open it. If you do a regular card, you can, but we're not. So we're gonna cut them. And I'm seeing if I remember how I cut them because it kind of worked very well. I think this one was like this. Just trim it, and this will be on the center here. And then we have these 3 for my top and these 3 for my bottom. So now we have this, and this. Okay, and we have this one for decoration. And since we have it here, I'm just gonna make it pretty so it doesn't look like it came from clipping a bigger piece. So let me work on the real one. Just gonna put glue on the center. What's gonna be the center? Because some of the parts will come out of the thing. But as I said, you have to be very careful with these so they don't get out of the frame here and of the, I mean, if it's a little bit like this one, it's okay. But as long as it can open with no problem. So you may want to test it before the glue dries. So this one's gonna go on the bottom. So again, I'm gonna put glue here, and just a little goes a long way. This green glue. And like that. Yes, so this doesn't interfere, that's perfect. All right, and now our bigger piece goes here in the middle. And because this can stay on the bottom, I don't mind, in this particular case, I don't mind if they come out a little bit, because this is gonna be the bottom layer anyway. So Now I see I have to put glue right here in the center because the other ones will go outside the strip. All right. Like so. And then I used happy birthday because I wanted more happy birthday cards, but our kit came with the hello friend. So we're going to do the hello friend for this one. So the hello will go here, and I'm going to put in dimensionals. I'm using 2 big dimensionals. You can put it more to the center. Hello. And here we'll do the friend. And friend comes here. And I'll just need a strip that we could use that we had, but I have one piece here that will be good enough from before. And now all I need is a little block. I think I'm in the, sorry, I'm used all my little blocks, so I have to make room. This frame may be very little, because then it will need like there. Yeah, I have a bigger friend here. We could do a funny one and say hello cake, but I think it's too much. And here, best wishes, hello, best wishes. No, I guess we're gonna have to use that friend, even though it's very little. When it's so little, I like it together, but I'm gonna put it separate. I'm gonna make it work. I'm sure we have a bigger friend someplace. But it doesn't matter. Hello, friend. What we'll do is something like that to make it stand out more. Okay, let me close this. To make it stand out more, we're gonna put the leaf on top. Just 2 dimensionals. Honestly, 1 dimensional would have been enough for that little strip, but I dropped it in the wrong place. Okay, there's a little bit of glue that's driving me crazy. Let's see if I have my glue eraser handy. It's because it got stuck in the, oh, there we go. It got stuck in the middle of the embossed area. Now we can put our leaf here. No, here it's gonna interfere, so maybe here. Hello, friend. Yeah, something like that. I like it like that. There. There, and maybe a mini dimensional there to hold the other side when it's outside. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I actually was gonna make only 3 to keep my lives shorter, but I just like, no, I came out with another one and I'm gonna show it. All right, so that's it. That's the card, and like it looks, opens like that, no problems, and you can close it like that, no problem. It's a pretty card. It's different than well, that's what their alternatives. So let's recap. We have that. We have the easel card. And then we have the I'm always here for you, gray granite card. And then our very layered beginner card, like beginning card. So thank you. Thank you for sticking up with me. And I hope that if you have this paper pumpkin, you give it a try. Next paper pumpkin, I can't wait. It's the fall one, and it's aspen something. It's trees of aspen trees, something forests. Well, anyway, it looks great. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Announcement. I'm gonna not do lives for the next 3 weeks because I'm gonna be working at the US Open, and I cannot guarantee that I have time to create stuff and show you stuff. So we're gonna take a little break, okay? And I'll see you after in mid-September. So I hope you enjoy today, and you have a very nice week and very nice weeks, very nice end of August and beginning of September and Labor Day. And I'll see you in the week of the 13th. I'll post an announcement. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and enjoy the rest of the summer. Bye.